Alright, I'm going to start recording here for Insight Genesis. We're going to record a sonar log. I'm going to show you the quickest and easiest way to get started to do that. This is a Simrad NSS unit. It'll differ slightly from your LOWRANCE units, but the process is basically the same. Pages, I'm going to select here, my settings. I'm going to go to my tracks, select tracks. I'm going to go ahead and delete all. And I'm going to select a new track here. And I'm going to leave the name up there 0, but you can name it Insight Recording or whatever you like, so you know. Now I'm going to go ahead, you see it erase my tracks. I'm going to go ahead and start recording on a grid. Now I'm right here in a popular area where I like to fish a lot, so that's a good place for me to start. Usually I don't record like this. I usually just go ahead and go fishing, so I don't have to think about anything. I just go ahead, hit record, go fishing for the day. The unit will automatically record when it's at the proper speed, and it'll stop recording when I'm going too fast. It'll do that automatically, so I don't have to think about it. Now up to 20 miles an hour, it'll record depth contours really nice, up to 1 foot contours. Up to about 6 or 8 miles an hour, I believe, it'll do vegetation. I'm only interested in depth right now, so I'm going to go ahead and go up to about 15 miles an hour while I'm recording. And now it'll use my structure scan and my sonar to get the highest detail. And I'm going to go ahead and start my grid. It doesn't have to be perfect. I like to go about, I don't know, about 60 feet apart. If I'm at about deeper water and about 30 to 50 feet of water, I can go a little further apart because my cone is much wider by the time it makes landfall on the bottom. So 60 foot is a good place to start right now. I can probably go about 80 foot when I'm a little deeper. I'm gonna go ahead and start my grid. Here's land right here. I'm using the basic Insight loaded map that came with the unit. And we'll go ahead and start recording. All right, to record, I went and installed a micro SD card in my NSS unit. I'm going to hit my pages, settings, echo, record. It gave it a name, Sonar 1. I want to record on my memory card, not internally. I want to use memory card. I want the bytes per sounding cranked up as high as it'll go to 3200. I want to log all channels. That means it'll record sonar and structure scan. And I'm going to hit record. And now everything will be taken care of automatically. If I go too fast to record, it won't record. When I slow down, it'll start recording again. So I'm going to go ahead and start recording my nice grids here. I'm going to go about 60 feet apart. I'm going to go up to about 10 miles an hour. There's some boat traffic out here, so have to pay attention. And we're going to start recording. All right, we finished our lateral lines here of our grid, recording some sonar logs. And now I'm going to go ahead and crisscross them just because I want some extra detail. You don't have to do it that way. I've gotten incredible detail just going laterally. I want to crisscross each way. This way I'll get a little pocket hump, and I'll truly take advantage of the 1 foot contours that Insight Genesis offers you. Stuff that you just won't get with a chart card that you buy. Even up to $250 I've spent on some cards, and they're amazingly inaccurate. I go fishing all day. At the end of the day, I'll spend 10 or 15 minutes just doing a grid. After a week or so, a couple months of fishing, you can end up with a heck of a lot of data to go ahead and build your maps that you can put back on your chart and end up with incredible chart cards to fish, find new spots. For trolling guys who like to stay close to the bottom and just nick the bottom with their rigs, umbrella rigs or cannonballs when they're trolling. Well, I know walleye guys like to do that. I like to do it, trolling for lake trout and stripers. There's just not a better tool in the world than this. I mean, I know I can tick my umbrella rigs 1 foot off the bottom and not worry, oh my God, is this chart right? Is it going to come up to 5 feet when it really says 30 feet? And we've all had that happen to us. And you know it won't happen with this. All right, you can start to see our grid take shape here. I'm just crossing our lines here, our parallel lines, making some nice boxes. And I'm only doing this because I want the most detail I can get. I don't have to do it this way. Believe me, my parallel lines have given me plenty of detail. This here will get us extreme detail. Humps, little tiny bumps, little ridges, little discrepancies in the bottom. Also, going slower and marking like this, you'll tend to mark more fish. So when you go back on the Insight Genesis site and load it up and you can follow your track, you'll be able to see what fish you marked, what bait you marked, and you'll start to see tendencies that way. And say, you know what, hey, every time, every time I mark something in July, I've noticed every time I got to 28 feet, all of a sudden bait was everywhere, and it was every time there was a drop off, every time there was a hump. Or I never marked bait in 35 feet of water when there wasn't this there, or there wasn't that there. If there was a flat bottom, a hard bottom, whatever. And you can see your structure scan log, and you can also see your sonar log as you view your track on your Insight Genesis website. at home once you've uploaded your maps. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is upload the sonar log that we recorded today. And it's a free upload tool you get right from the Insight Genesis site. It'll go ahead and put an icon right on your desktop here. And we're going to go hit select files. And it's going to go ahead and look right in our SD card. And these are the two we recorded today. So I'm going to select that one. And this one. I'm going to hit upload. And we accept the policy. It'll go ahead and compress and upload those files. It'll take a little while. Sometimes it takes a few hours depending on how big they are. This one's not too big. It won't take very long at all. It'll send us a nice email to let us know when it's up and ready for use. And that's what we'll do now. We'll wait for that to be uploaded. Alright, we're on the Insight Genesis website. And the log that we did today was uploaded. And I got the email saying it was okay and ready to go. So I click on tracks, my tracks right here, and here it is right here, Lake Gaston. That's what we were on today. There's a list of the tracks that I've done in the past right there. These are all the sonar logs that we've done. We were uploading the one we did today, the grid. Here it is right there. We'll zoom in on it. And there it is. Move it around and check it out. The darker blue is in the river channel. This is the shallower water. And let's see, if we want to, we can look at our sonar or our structure scan log as we recorded it. Here's the red dot moving. That was us traveling. And like I said, while we were recording, we can view this for different marks and anomalies. A harder bottom. If we see some rocks, we can go ahead and set a waypoint right here on the map. And we put it on our chart, back on our chart plotter, we'll have the waypoint saved there for us. Okay, now that we have this uploaded, we want to go ahead and merge it with other charts that we recorded. These are all sonar logs here. And I want them all to be on one map. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit merge trips. It'll ask us what we want to merge. Well, of course we want to merge them all. Hit merge trips. This may take a minute or two. Trip successfully merged. So now my computer is done working. Now on Insight Genesis website, on their side, they're going to merge the trips for us. They'll process it, send me an email when it's done. And every time you add a log, add a log, add a log, hit merge, hit merge, hit merge, add them together, and your maps will get more and more and more and more precise. Alright, I got the email from the Insight Genesis site saying our merge trip is finished processing. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And let's see what we got. Now I have a lot of sonar logs up here, maybe 15, 16, 17. And every time I uploaded one, I went and merged it. Actually, every time I uploaded 3 or 4, I merged them. So let's see what we got. Alright, here's our merged trip. You can see when I move the icon, the latitude and longitude changes here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. This is probably about 17 or 18 logs merged together. Every 3 or 4 logs I put up, I merge the trips to see what I got. You can see what we did today is in here. And this is all the other stuff that I did. These are just fishing trips. These are just random trips here. We were trolling some, drifting slow, live bait here. So what we're going to do is, let's see what we got real quick. And what I can do is remove the track. And see what we got. Nice pretty map here. I'm going to change the contours. You can play with this as much as you want. Look around. We'll change them to 1 foot. And show contours. We can make it change to show vegetation. Contours. And I like contours here most. So let me zoom in. You can see how nice that river channel looks. I can see here 1 foot contours. It's on a satellite map here. Interesting spot right there. And the next thing to do is go ahead and put this back on our chart card so we can put it back on our chart plotter and go check it out on the water. Let's do that right now. Alright, one thing you do when you set up your account is you're going to register your devices. You're going to register your chart plotters. I have 2 registered in here. I have an NSS 8 and an NSE 8. I'm going to go ahead and make this chart for the NSS 8 we used today. I want contours on there, 1 foot contours. I'm going to hit generate. This will take a few minutes. When this is done, I'm going to go ahead and install it on the SD card. All I have to do is pop it back in the chart plotter, and it'll work just like a chart card that I purchased anywhere at a store. Successfully generated a map. Click Save. Click Save. It's asked me where it wants to go, and it's going to put it back on the card here. It's already highlighted. I'm going to name it. So I'm going to name it with the date that I did it at, and I'm going to hit Save. Alright, now that the map has been generated and saved to the SD card, the third step here, it says next open the SD card in Windows Explorer and double click the exe file you just created to extract the files to the SD card. It sounds complex, but it's very simple. Congratulations, your Insight Genesis map is now ready for use on your chart plotter. I'm going to show exactly how we do that. Alright, following step 3, what we're going to do is go into our computer setting here. We're going to click on the SD card. Here it is right here. We're going to double click it, extract it. There's a list of everything right there. And we are done. It's on the card, ready to rock. Now we'll go ahead and put it on the chart plotter, get on the water, and see what we got. Alright, we're back on the water. You can see I've cleared my track. I have my chart card here with the map that we made installed on it. I also have some room to do some more recording. So I'm going to go ahead and install that now. Okay, it's loading the chart. And you can automatically see the difference. Look at those 1 foot contours. Now wherever I see a broken line, I know where I've missed my recording. And I can go ahead and fix that right now. I can go ahead and complete our map. I'm going to hit record. I'm recording to the same card that our map is on. And let's go ahead and finish our maps. You can go ahead and see, look at that. That is incredible. Wow. Look at those 1 foot contours. That is a striped bass troller's dream for sure. Walleye guys, lake trout guys, salmon guys, this is one of the most important tools you can put on your boat. You know, this Insight Genesis mapping is just incredible. I just can't believe the accuracy I'm getting. Here's an area we need to record some, but if you look here on the river channel, look at these contours. That is incredible. I can troll an umbrella rig. I can get it right between 31 and 32 feet, and I can follow this contour exactly and keep it perfectly in there without snagging. What an incredible tool. I can keep myself in the most efficient water, and I mean most efficient, by just ticking the bottom without snagging all day long. I mean, that's just gonna that's gonna translate to incredible fishing time. Look at this coming across here. I can go right up this drop off. I can anchor right there if I want to cut bait fish. I know exactly where I want to be, exactly perfectly set between the drop off and the top up on the hump. Awesome humps up here. Awesome. Look at that, a hump on top of a hump. Look at that. Look at those contours. And I know it's accurate because I made it myself on my own boat. And if you're dealing with saltwater where you have tidal changes, there's offsets for that. That will do it for you, take care of it for you, so you know those offsets will be on there, and you don't have to worry about it. Is it 3 feet now or is it 6 feet when the tide is high? Absolutely incredible. I mean, I find myself fishing parts of my lake that I wouldn't fish before because I'm finding tendencies that I didn't know existed. And I thought I knew this lake really like the back of my hand. I spent a lot of time out here. I thought I knew the lake, and I'm finding that I didn't know it quite as well as I thought I did. And that's exciting to me. It's almost like I'm getting a new lake now in my backyard. It's really cool. Go check it out. Go play with it. Get online. It's almost entirely free. You know, they want Insight Genesis. It's just incredible. Go check it out. You'll love it. Have fun. Go. Stay safe on the water. Leave a few for me. Catch them all. I'm going to show you this real quick, the Insight Genesis social map. It's in beta right now, but what it is you can share your maps with people. You can keep it private if you want. If you choose to share it, your waypoints are your own. They won't get your waypoints. They'll only get the data as far as the depth contours and the vegetation. If I'm going to Florida for a week, or Canada, or if I'm going to Smith Mountain Lake, I can get a map from those lakes and those bodies of water. It'll give me all the same recordings, just like I got off of someone else's boat. They can use mine.
Lowrance is saying, you know, leave a penny, take a penny. Well, it's like leave a penny, take $1. And it really is just like that. You don't really have to leave a whole lot in there to get a lot out of it.